Good morning, fellow Plexers. I am off to bed in a second, but I unfortunately checked Facebook and I wanted to answer Chris's question. I gave Chris a long answer about Synology NASs and I'm enthusiastic about them. He's thinking about using one for his media storage to run Plex on a Mac Mini M1. And I suggested if he bought one of the Plus models that it'd be powerful enough to run all the Docker containers needed in a trash guide setup. And I'm not going to talk about a trash guide setup past the atomic moves. And Chris is wondering what the atomic moves are. So first of all, on shared storage, like I'm showing here, I'm into my older Synology NAS. These are all the shared media folders on that NAS. I really use it as a backup repository for my newer NAS. Well, I run a test Plex server install on it, and I have this shared media folder. I use a nested setup, so I have a sort folder for every type of Plex library folder, and inside those sort folders are individual Plex libraries. So all my TV show libraries are in one folder. And then of course the shows are, or the show folder is next, season folder, and files. So atomic moves are instantaneous moves. Just like if you moved a large file on your one single hard drive in your computer, the file doesn't really move. The operating system updates the location of the file, but it didn't move. It stayed in the same spot. If you had two hard drives in your desktop computer or your laptop, and you took a big file and you moved it from one drive to the other, well, that's a slower process because it physically has to be moved. So what happens is it's really a copy from the first location to the second location, and once the copy finishes, the first location is deleted. And that's a slower process. Almost everybody's done that. Well, that process happens with network storage. So this is my NAS, and these are all the shared folders. Well, hold on. Okay, so this is my NAS, and these are all the shared folders on that. So anything moved within this shared folder is like being moved on a single hard drive. It's instantaneous. If I moved a large file from this shared folder to that shared folder, now that's the slower process where the whole file has to be copied and duplicated, and once it finishes, then it's deleted from the original storage. So let's take a large file. Let's go into the movie library sort folder, and this is all public domain with the exception of these two movies. So this one's 89.5 gigabytes. And this one's, well, I've got two versions of this. This one's almost 27 gigabytes. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to cut it. And then just at this level, I'm going to paste it. That's an atomic move. It's instantaneous. It didn't take any time at all. So now let's cut it again. And now I'll paste it into this. Oh, you caught me. I flubbed and stopped the video I was doing. And I had a partial copy. So let's actually paste it here. Now you see I've lost the atomic move. It's not instant. Because just like copying from one hard or moving from one hard drive to another, it's really a slow copy process before it's deleted in the original location. So the difference between instant and 6 minutes is a lot for a large file. So let's go to, well, I can stop this. I don't need to do it. Let's fix this, and I'll show you something else quickly. Okay, that's back where it belongs. Let me go into my regular Synology NAS. And this is my shared media folder. It's just named simply Plex. And my sort folders are named very simply. But you see my landing zone folder. And once you check out the trash guys, you'd recognize what that folder represents. So this is where everything lands. And these two library folders are where things are transferred to as they're renamed. So let me find something appropriate that would represent a lot of seasons. So we have 9 seasons, and we have 24 episodes each, and some of these are half a gig, some of them are larger. Oh, why is this not named correctly? I think because FileBot has a little bug in it. Okay, so you can see how many episodes there are. Well, with an atomic move, you could right click on this, cut and paste it, and you'd be all done. It just would be instantaneous. Well, if you set up your storage on a Synology NAS so that the incoming media is on its own shared folder, and then maybe you have a separate shared folder for TV shows, a separate shared folder for movies, and a separate shared folder for music, with that landing zone folder, which is a 4th shared folder, might be collecting for movies, TV shows, and music. Every single movement from the media being brought in and processed now moves as a copy and delete function. So let's just take one of these and let's copy it. Then let's go back to the other NAS to represent like another shared folder or another hard drive. And let's just paste it here. It's not a big file, doesn't take long, but it's not instant. So even a smaller size media file like this, if you had 10 seasons of just 24 episodes each, that's 240 episodes multiplied by whatever it took, 8, 9, 10 seconds to move that, versus atomic moves. Those file movements, as they're being renamed, are just instant. And I dare anyone with a brand new setup where everything's running on SSDs, the acquisition files are dropping on SSDs, but then they have to be moved to another shared folder, and they don't have atomic moves. I dare anyone to try to beat me on a Synology NAS that's running a 9th gen Celeron processor that has 5 or 6 drives in array configuration, rusty drives. This sounds like the slower system, but the atomic moves make all the difference. So Chris, I hope I explained it right. I'm just under 10 minutes. I'm going to throw this on YouTube. Go to bed, and I'll look for a comment tomorrow. Thanks for watching.